Some of you have been smiling on the outside, but inside you've been carrying too many voices. One person reacted with a raised eyebrow. Another person offered advice that felt like judgment. Someone else dropped a warning that planted a seed of fear, and now the peace you had is starting to feel shaky. If that's where you are, come closer, not to be pushed, not to be pressured, but to be steadied. And before we go deeper, if you want more messages like this, faith-based relationship clarity, marriage-minded motivation, and guidance that protects your heart, tap subscribe now. You're not just subscribing to a channel, you're choosing a mindset. Wisdom over panic, fruit over opinions, peace over pressure. Now breathe and listen gently. Angels say this union was designed by God, not society. Ignore the noise and follow peace. Society will always try to edit what it didn't author. Society will judge what it didn't pray for. Society will pressure what it can't control. But God doesn't consult the crowd before he aligns destiny. And that's why some of you feel this tension. Your spirit feels calm with this person, but your mind gets loud the moment other people talk. Your heart feels settled, but the comments make you second guess. Your connection feels steady, but the noise makes you treat it like a problem. That's not because the union is wrong. Often it's because the union is significant. Because anything designed to break old cycles will trigger the people who are comfortable with your old version. Let's talk about what the noise really is, because noise isn't always hate. Noise is subtle. Noise can be wrapped in concern. Noise can come from people who love you but don't understand you. Noise can come from tradition, culture, family expectations, social media, and even your own past. Noise sounds like, that doesn't make sense. It won't last. Be careful. People will talk. Why can't you choose something normal? Are you sure? Don't embarrass yourself. And if you're not careful, those sentences become a soundtrack. You replay them in your head until you start doubting your own discernment. You start interrogating what used to feel peaceful. You start looking for problems you didn't even see before. And the danger isn't just that you feel stressed. The danger is that you begin making decisions from fear instead of truth. Now here's the foundation you need to hold. Society measures relationships by appearance. God measures relationships by fruit. Society asks, does it look normal? God asks, does it produce peace? Society asks, will people approve? God asks, will it build a safe home? Society asks, does it fit the script? God asks, does it fit your purpose? And when you finally understand that, you stop trying to force your union into a box that was never meant to contain it. Because a relationship can be publicly misunderstood and still privately healthy. A union can be unpopular and still be aligned. A love story can look unusual and still be whole if it's producing the right fruit. That's why angels emphasize peace. Not obsession, not excitement, not desperation. Peace. Because peace is the environment where covenant can grow. Let's define peace correctly, because people confuse peace with butterflies. Peace is not the rush of emotions. Peace is steadiness. Peace is your nervous system relaxing instead of bracing. Peace is the ability to breathe and think clearly. Peace is the absence of constant guessing. Peace is when clarity grows over time, not confusion multiplying. Peace doesn't mean you'll never have questions. It means you're not living in emotional chaos. It means the connection isn't pulling you into cycles of hot and cold. It means you're not being punished for boundaries. It means you don't have to chase basic effort. Peace is what healthy love feels like to a healed heart. And sometimes that's exactly why it scares you, because your history taught you to expect love to hurt. Some of you have been trained by pain. You learned that love equals anxiety. Love equals overthinking. Love equals walking on eggshells. Love equals performing to be chosen. So when someone comes into your life and the energy is calm, the communication is clearer, the effort is consistent, your mind starts searching for a threat because calm feels unfamiliar. But unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. Unfamiliar sometimes means you're finally meeting something healthy. Now, ignore the noise doesn't mean ignore wisdom. It means you've stopped giving unqualified voices authority. It means you've stopped letting people who aren't living your life rewrite your decisions. Because the truth is, the crowd doesn't carry the cost. The crowd won't pay the price of your loneliness if you walk away from a healthy connection. The crowd won't heal your heart if you sabotage peace. The crowd won't build your marriage for you. The crowd won't sit with you in your hardest seasons. So why is the crowd holding a microphone in your mind? Part of maturity is taking that microphone back, not with arrogance, with boundaries, with calm confidence, with discernment. Here's something you need to hear plainly. Not everyone deserves access to your union while it's still forming. Not everyone is safe to process with. Some people ask questions because they care. Others ask because they want information. Some people don't actually want to understand. They want something to discuss. And that's why privacy is wisdom. Privacy is not dishonesty. Privacy is protection. There's a difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy says, "This is precious. I'm guarding it while it grows." Secrecy says, "I'm ashamed." If your union is honorable and healthy, you don't have to live in shame. You may build quietly, you may share slowly, but you don't let shame lead you. Because shame makes you tolerate what you shouldn't tolerate. Shame makes you accept disrespect to avoid exposure. Shame makes you shrink. Peace makes you firm. Peace makes you clear. Peace makes you courageous. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake people make when they're under noise. They start making emotional decisions to manage other people's reactions. They rush to prove something. They announce too early to silence criticism. Or they pull away from the relationship to avoid being judged. Both are reactions. Neither is wisdom. Following peace means you don't let pressure rush you and you don't let fear run you. You stay grounded. You move intentionally. You observe fruit. You build slowly. You protect what is forming. And if this union is truly designed by God, it won't survive because you posted it. It will survive because it has a foundation. So what does a God-designed foundation look like? It looks like honor. It looks like mutual respect. It looks like accountability. It looks like emotional maturity. It looks like two people who are willing to grow. It looks like boundaries being honored, not punished. It looks like communication improving over time. It looks like stability, not cycles. It looks like support for purpose, not competition with purpose. It looks like peace increasing, not anxiety increasing. Because yes, chemistry can be strong, but chemistry is not covenant. Society celebrates chemistry. Heaven blesses character. Society celebrates the wedding day. Heaven designs the life after the wedding day. That's why this message is not telling you to cling to a relationship at all costs. It's telling you to evaluate correctly. Fruit over noise, evidence over assumptions, patterns over rumors. Now let's be responsible and clear. Peace does not coexist with manipulation. Peace does not coexist with dishonor. Peace does not coexist with emotional abuse, humiliation, deceit, repeated instability, or control. If the relationship is producing constant anxiety, secrecy, disrespect, and confusion, that is not peace. That is bondage. And you should never call bondage destiny. So how do you test whether you're following peace or attachment? You watch behavior over time. Attachment feels intense, but it's usually anxious. It panics when there's space. It overthinks every message. It rushes to secure reassurance. Peace allows space without fear. Peace observes without spiraling. Peace moves steadily without needing to force outcomes. Attachment makes you feel like you might lose yourself. Peace helps you become yourself. So ask, do I feel respected? Do I feel emotionally safe? Do I feel clearer over time? Do I feel stable, or do I feel like I'm constantly bracing? Those answers matter more than any opinion. Now, if your union is designed by God, society's discomfort will often increase as your peace increases. Why? Because your peace exposes their patterns. People who are addicted to chaos will call your stability boring. People who've normalized disrespect will call your boundaries too strict. People who chose badly will call your patience naive. People who stayed in pain will call your joy too much. And if you're the type who has always been easy to influence, this season will feel like a test. Will you obey peace, or will you obey pressure? Will you follow fruit, or will you follow fear? Will you build a home, or will you perform a story? Because that's the choice. And yes, sometimes family pressure is the loudest noise. Some families love you, but love tradition more than your peace. Some communities want you to choose what looks right instead of what is right. They call it wisdom, but sometimes it's image. They call it caution, but sometimes it's control. Here's how you can tell. Real wisdom asks questions and respects your answers. Control asks questions to force you into a conclusion. Real love speaks with gentleness. Control speaks with shame. Real counsel points you back to discernment. Control points you back to fear. So if you're facing pressure, following peace may require you to disappoint people. And that can feel heavy, especially if you were raised to be the good one, the one who keeps everyone comfortable, the one who obeys expectations. But covenant requires backbone. Marriage requires the ability to protect your home from outsiders. If you cannot set boundaries now, it will be difficult to set boundaries later. Sometimes God allows noise to rise so you learn how to guard your gate. Because a peaceful union doesn't just happen, it's protected. So let's make this practical. How do you ignore the noise without becoming defensive? First, reduce access. Not everyone gets updates. Not everyone gets details. Not everyone gets to comment on your process. The less access people have, the less influence they carry. Second, choose counsel carefully. You don't take advice from people who thrive on drama, people who are bitter, people who lack healthy relationships, or people who project their trauma onto your future. You seek mature counsel, people who care about fruit, character, and covenant. Third, keep your standards visible. When noise is loud, your standards must be louder inside you. Respect, consistency, honesty, accountability, shared values, emotional maturity, mutual effort. Fourth, communicate with your partner instead of letting the crowd create division. Many relationships break not because of real issues, but because outside voices become inside poison. You don't bring every comment into the relationship and start fighting shadows. You protect the bond from unnecessary interference. Fifth, keep your pace wise. Noise tries to push you into extremes, either rush to prove people wrong or retreat to avoid being judged. Peace keeps you steady. Peace says, we will build intentionally. Now, if you're serious about this union becoming marriage, following peace also means having mature conversations, not emotional speeches, clear discussions, faith and values, money habits, family expectations, boundaries, conflict style, life, direction, timelines, children if relevant. Because clarity is not pressure. Clarity is protection. A God-designed partner does not fear clarity. They may be nervous, but they won't be evasive. They will engage. They will build. They will grow. And this is where fruit becomes undeniable. How someone responds to mature conversation tells you more than 1,000 romantic words. Now, let's address something tender. Some of you are not actually afraid of the relationship. You're afraid of losing control. Because control feels safe when you've been heard. Control says, if I predict everything, I won't be surprised. Control says, if I keep distance, I won't be disappointed. Control says, if I move only when everyone approves, I won't be blamed. But control is not peace. Peace is trust with wisdom. Peace is the ability to move forward intentionally without needing to guarantee every outcome. And that's why angels keep pointing you to peace. Because peace is where you stop punishing yourself for past disappointments. Peace is where you stop rewriting your future based on old pain. Peace is where you stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios and start reading fruit. And if you're listening and realizing the noise has been shaping your mood, your thoughts, and your behavior, here's your private reset. Return to what is true. Not what people assume, not what people fear, not what people predict. What is true? Has this person been consistent? Have they honored your boundaries? Have they communicated clearly? Have they respected your dignity publicly and privately? Have they shown responsibility? Have they brought stability? If yes, let that truth be louder than the commentary. If no, don't hide behind God designed it as an excuse. Let fruit guide you, because fruit never lies. And here's the final anchor for this part of the message. God-designed unions don't survive on attention. They survive on honor. They don't last because they're popular. They last because they're built. So you're not being called to impress society. You're being called to protect your peace, strengthen your standards, and build a foundation that can carry real life. Because the next thing that happens when you choose peace over noise is that your union starts to develop a kind of strength that outside voices cannot shake. strength that doesn't come from arguing with everyone, but from being rooted. And this is where many people misunderstand peace. They think peace is passive. They think peace means you never feel pressure, never feel fear, never feel temptation to react. But peace isn't the absence of pressure. Peace is the decision to stay grounded while pressure is present. Peace is the ability to hear noise and still choose wisdom. Peace is the kind of inner stability that keeps you from destroying something good just because the outside got loud. So if this union is designed by God, part of the design is that it will train you. Not train you to fight people, train you to lead your life. Because a marriage is a home, and every home needs gates. Not walls gates. Walls isolate. Gates protect. Gates decide what comes in and what stays out. And one of the clearest signs a union is moving toward covenant is that both people learn how to protect the relationship together. Not one person defending while the other stays silent. Not one person carrying all the emotional weight while the other just wants peace. Both protecting, both honoring, both refusing to let outsiders create division. Let's talk about the number one way noise damages a relationship. It turns your partner into a suspect. Someone makes a comment, and suddenly you start investigating motives. You question every delay, every silence, every tone change, every decision. Not because your partner changed, but because your lens changed. And if you do that long enough, you will create tension that wasn't there. You will start conversations from accusation instead of curiosity. You will start acting cold to protect yourself. You will start testing them to see if they'll leave. And a person can only be treated like a suspect for so long before they get tired of proving innocence. This is why peace is protection. Peace keeps you from letting other people's fear become your behavior. So here's the wiser way. When noise comes, you don't run to reaction, you return to communication. You return to truth. You return to observation. You ask yourself, what has this person consistently shown me? Because one comment should never outweigh consistent fruit. A rumor should never outweigh repeated respect. A raised eyebrow should never outweigh months of stability. You don't abandon evidence because somebody's opinion was loud. Now, I want to speak to the listener who feels torn between honoring family and honoring peace, because that's real. Some of you grew up in homes where family approval felt like survival. You were taught that disappointing elders is dangerous. You were taught that what people will say is more important than what you feel. You were taught to obey tradition even when tradition doesn't protect your heart. And now you're facing a moment where your growth is being tested. Can you love your family without letting them control your future? Here's how you do it with maturity. You don't become rude. You don't become defensive. You become clear. You learn to speak in calm boundaries, not emotional arguments. Boundaries sound like, I hear you, I respect you, I'm taking this seriously, I'm moving slowly and wisely, but I'm not making decisions from fear. Boundaries sound like, I understand your concerns, I'm watching fruit, I'm not rushing, I'm not ignoring wisdom, but I'm also not letting opinions become the final voice. Boundaries sound like, I won't discuss my relationship with people who only bring negativity, and then you follow through, because a boundary without follow through is just a request. Peace requires follow through. And yes, some people will not like your boundaries, but you have to understand something. When you begin to protect your peace, you will disappoint people who are comfortable with your silence. You will upset people who benefited from your indecision. You will irritate people who used your insecurity to influence you. That doesn't mean you're doing wrong. It means you're growing. Now, let's talk about the difference between ignoring noise and isolating. Ignoring noise does not mean you don't seek counsel. It means you seek wise counsel, not loud counsel. It means you choose mature voices, not reactive voices. It means you consult people who value character, not gossip. People who ask you, do you feel safe? Not does it look right? People who ask, is there consistency? Not what will people think? Because your union will never be protected by popularity. It will be protected by wisdom. So here are the questions wise counsel will help you answer, questions that keep you grounded in peace. Is this person honest in small things? Do they follow through? Do they take responsibility for mistakes? Do they communicate clearly? Do they respect your boundaries without punishment? Do they honor your faith and values? Do they contribute or do they consume? Do you feel safer over time or more anxious over time? Is the connection building you or draining you? Because the truth is, some relationships feel peaceful in the beginning because they're new, not because they're healthy. That's why time matters. Peace that lasts through pressure is different from calm that exists only when everything is easy. So part of following peace is allowing time to test the foundation. Now let's go even deeper. If God designed this union, it is meant to produce a certain kind of growth in you. And growth is often uncomfortable. Growth might require you to heal your triggers. Growth might require you to stop chasing reassurance. Growth might require you to become more direct with communication. Growth might require you to stop entertaining backup options. Growth might require you to become accountable for your own patterns. This is why some people run when they feel peace. They confuse peace with vulnerability. Because peace invites you to be fully seen. Chaos lets you hide behind drama. Peace says, be real. And if you've been hurt before, being real feels risky. But covenant requires reality. So heaven doesn't just design your union for romance, it designs it for refinement. It trains you to become a safe spouse. And that's a serious statement, because most people pray for a spouse but don't prepare to be one. They pray for loyalty but don't practice honesty. They pray for stability but don't manage their emotions. They pray for peace but keep choosing chaos because chaos feels familiar. But when God designs a union, He calls you higher. He calls you into discipline. Now, let's talk about one of the quietest attacks of noise: comparison. Comparison is a thief that doesn't knock. It just enters. You start comparing your story to someone else's story. You compare timelines. You compare how it looks. You compare how others react. You compare your partner to other options. And comparison slowly drains gratitude. It turns blessing into burden. It makes you resent what you prayed for because it didn't arrive in the packaging you expected. And if you keep comparing, you will never feel settled because you'll always be looking sideways instead of building forward. So here's a discipline of peace. Stop comparing and start cultivating. Cultivate trust through consistency. Cultivate clarity through conversation. Cultivate safety through boundaries. Cultivate intimacy through honesty. Cultivate partnership through mutual effort. That's how you build a union that can last. Now, let's address how you follow peace when there are real challenges, not just opinions. Because yes, every relationship has realities, different backgrounds, different life stages, different expectations, different responsibilities. Following peace means you don't pretend those realities don't exist. You talk about them, calmly, early, honestly, because unspoken expectations become future resentment. So you talk about finances, who spends, who saves, who leads, who plans. You talk about family involvement, how much access relatives will have. You talk about boundaries with friends, what is respectful and what is not. You talk about faith, how you will practice it together. You talk about conflict, how you argue, how you repair, how you apologize. You talk about timelines, what commitment looks like, what direction you're moving toward. And you don't have those conversations to create pressure. You have them to create alignment, because alignment is peace's best friend. Now, a crucial reminder: peace is not a feeling you chase. It is a fruit you protect. And protecting peace often means making choices that seem boring to people who love drama. It means not reacting to every comment. It means not clapping back. It means not defending your relationship online. It means not oversharing. It means not letting outsiders shape your communication with your partner. It means choosing privacy over performance. It means letting fruit speak over time. It means moving with quiet confidence. Because listen, if your union is truly designed by God, you won't need to convince everyone. You only need to build well. Fruit becomes undeniable. Respect becomes visible. Stability becomes obvious. And the same people who doubted will eventually quiet down when they see the outcome. Not because you proved something, but because the union stood. Now I want to speak directly to the person who is tempted to walk away from peace to avoid pressure. You're tired of the comments? You're tired of being questioned? You're tired of feeling judged? And the easiest escape feels like letting go. But hear this with tenderness. Don't abandon a safe connection just because it's being misunderstood. Don't throw away a foundation because people can't label it yet. If it's healthy, if it's respectful, if it's consistent, if it's building you, don't trade your future for temporary comfort. Pressure is loud, but it is temporary. A peaceful home is lasting. At the same time, don't hold on to something unhealthy just because you want to believe it's destiny. Peace never requires self-betrayal, so let the fruit decide. Let the patterns speak. Let time confirm. Let respect be non-negotiable. And here's the final piece. Following peace means you become a protector of your own life. You stop outsourcing your decisions to people who don't carry your consequences. You stop living for approval. You stop letting guilt manipulate you. You stop letting fear sit in the driver's seat. You become intentional. You become grounded. You become clear. And that clarity changes everything, because once you're clear, noise can still exist, but it can't control you. So if this union is truly designed by God, your job isn't to fight everybody. Your job is to build wisely, communicate clearly, protect your peace, and watch fruit. And as you do, you'll notice something powerful. The noise loses volume, not because it disappears, but because your peace gets stronger. And when peace gets stronger, you stop hesitating, you stop over-explaining, and you start building the kind of union that feels like home. If this message has steadied you, don't let it end here. Subscribe so you stay connected to more relationship clarity and marriage-minded motivation. And share this with someone who's being pressured to abandon peace. Because what God designed doesn't need society's permission, it needs your wisdom, your boundaries, and your courage to follow peace.